Hello folks, it's Bread of Life here, and I have a quick video for you today. I was on Reddit the other day and I saw this interesting concept of a digital clock, and for life of me I couldn't figure out how he got it working because in the video it shows him spinning around what looks like four axles and being triggered on their own somehow. And as far as I know, I don't believe there's any pieces in the game other than NPCs, player characters, and some of the animals being able to trigger these trigger plates. Now, the purpose of this video isn't to figure out how he did the logic behind the clock, but to give you a basic example of how you can get an automated device working, such as what you see in the background here. I'll just zoom up a bit. Now this part here isn't too important. These are just some extra bits I'm showing off to show you that this actually does work continuously without any interaction from myself. The main thing that is important is this bit down here, this rotating bit. And at first glance, it may seem kind of weird on how this works, but for the astute out there, you'll notice that there's these little poo things floating in the sky. Oh yeah, basically it's a chicken-powered automated continuous device, sort of type machine, if that makes any sense. Now the guy who did the original digital clock, he seems a little bit elusive and doesn't seem to explain his builds at all, so I had to figure this one on my own. And I think the idea of having animals run your devices isn't new, but I don't think anyone's done it like this before recently, other than a few people on Reddit that have done something like this, but they didn't really explain it. So these things are actually relatively simple to build. Basic concept is put down a couple pieces of foundation or flooring. You put your free rotating swivel. I'll just turn this off for a second so you can see. Basically down here, I got a free spin swivel, and then I have 2 layers of 4x4 flooring. I believe it's out of the Halloween set, but you can use the granite ones from the castle set. And then I put another piece down here, a couple more pieces of 4x4, and then a switch plate on top of it. Now I did switch this over to channel 4 and this one over to channel 3 because they actually operate different things. So these rockets here are operating on channel 4 and these ones are operating channel 3. Now the reason for that is just so this thing goes all the way around without stopping somewhere. So if one rocket turns off, the other one will kick in basically. And basically the only thing you have to do after that is just build out your piece that you want to rotate or have automated. And on the end, you have to make sure that these things are lined up with this piece here. So if I push this into place here, roughly, you'll see this side is not lined up, but over on this side, it's actually the reverse. I got to push it this way. So the key to having all this work properly is obviously having the plate lined up with what's going to be our chicken. And what you do is just build up some sort of a wall or decoration pieces or foundation pieces to kind of trap the chicken in here. And underneath here, I have another 4x4 floor piece that's at the exact level of the trigger plate here. And then what you do is once you build up your little trap for the chicken, you basically just throw a chicken down in there, and he'll act as your sort of character that can trigger the plate. And I'm just gonna kill this poor chicken. Okay. There, get him off there. And that's basically all there is to it. Now, you may want to put a piece on top so he can't escape, because every once in a while the chicken will try to jump out, but as you saw there, he tried to jump out, but he wasn't successful. And all you have to do then is basically just jump on it and get it all going again. And the chickens will be the ones who actually trigger the plates on here. So I don't know if there's another way to trigger plates without using an animal. I've tried all kinds of different pieces and techniques and balloons and stuff, and I couldn't get the trigger plates to trigger it otherwise. So I think that's probably how he did it in the digital clock video. So hopefully this helped out some people, and I think with us knowing this now, it should open up the possibility to many different techniques for building automated devices in our world. The only downside is that it's basically relegated to sandbox worlds, and if you wanted to try to somehow get chicken into these boxes without a chicken spawner, it's going to be very difficult. I'm not going to say it's impossible, but it would probably be pretty difficult to cage a chicken in an area. And as soon as you log out and log back in as well, you have to replace the chicken. So it's not a foolproof solution, but I suspect that's what's happening in the video. Okay, so thank you for watching, and do subscribe or like the video if you thought this was helpful. Thank you now.